Okay, so welcome guys. Okay, so today we're gonna go into cryptocurrency mining. Last time we went through the blockchain, how it works. Sorry, here it should be 202, not 201. Last time we went through how the blockchain works, how cryptocurrencies work, and how do they solve the current problems of the banking system. So let's just, before we start, see where we're heading. So as we said last time, it's a series of 5 workshops. Now we are in the second one. We're going to talk about mining and why it's important for cryptocurrencies. And then we're going to start into making money, basically. So we are taking these. Can you share? Yeah, of course. I don't think we recorded the last one. Okay. And then we're gonna go into the business of making money, okay? Because so INV 203, 204, 205, we're gonna talk how to invest, different types of investment, passive investment, active investment, and then we're gonna look at trading strategies. But first, before we dig into that, we have to know how cryptocurrencies work in order to know how to invest and what coins to choose when we want to buy. So, overview of this workshop, we're gonna revisit the blockchain. It's gonna be a small and fast review of the previous workshop. Then we're gonna talk about the mining process, how it basically works. We're gonna talk about blockchain security protocols, and then we're gonna talk about mining as a business. So you can make money from trading cryptocurrencies, and you can make money just from mining, which is something else. So we're gonna look into that and see what do we need to start mining. Okay, so first let's do the fast review. We said that in the last workshop we compared between the fiat money system and the cryptocurrencies. We saw that there are 4 problems in the current banking systems which cryptocurrencies can solve. We solved the first one, we solved the second one, we solved the third, but we had the last one. It's not completely solved yet. So we are talking that cryptocurrencies may solve the issue of trusting someone to hold your money, but we stopped there. We didn't solve this problem. So today we're gonna see how we're gonna solve this problem. So before also going into it, let's remember what is a blockchain. It's a digital ledger which transactions are made in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. And we saw that there is a problem with latency. So the blocks, each block of the blockchain can be seen in a different version for different people around the world. And we talked about the system which solved this problem. So this is basically the blockchain. So it's a chain of blocks, as you see. Each block we have transactions written on it. And when we finish, this block is a list which have a certain specific size. When it's full, we go to another block. Now, because we have the latency problem, so each block has to be seen by all people, okay, and have the same version before going and opening another block and putting in it another transactions and so on. So let's see how will this work. And we said that these people over here have to confirm that every transactions written here is a correct transaction. And when they all validate these transactions through, we talked about validation code, if you remember. After validating each and every transaction, we go and open another block. Now, we had a problem that we are trusting these people. If you remember, I was saying that we have a problem in trusting people. So we are trusting here these people to validate the transactions. What if one of these people, let's say this guy here, is validated false, a false transaction? So there is a false transaction to his advantage. He said that it's true and it's not false in order to gain money. So this is a problem that we have to solve. And it's actually solved by mining. So now we're gonna see the mining process and how it works. So what is mining? in crypto networks, mining is the validation of transactions, as we said. So you are validating each and every transaction. And being a helpful member in validating these transactions, okay, will get you a reward. So we always hear people who are mining, they get some money, okay? No, they get that money because they are helping in validating the transactions. And as we see, cryptocurrencies is all about transactions on blockchain. So if you basically validate every transactions, you are contributing to the work of this cryptocurrency. And you are making it functional, basically. Okay, so let's take a closer look on how mining works. Okay, so this is the first block, as we said. People here will gonna start validating, and then we're gonna go to the second block. But we have a puzzle that we have to solve. Okay, so to be able to go from one block to another, we have a numerical puzzle, which is a very hard puzzle that we have to solve to go to the second block. And the first one to solve this puzzle, so first every person have to validate all of this. When he finish validating, saying this is true or false, he get to a puzzle. Okay, now he have to solve a puzzle. The first one to solve this puzzle will win the reward. And let's see how the reward will works actually. So let's say you solve this puzzle, you go, you open another block. Now the block, the new block now, it contains the hash function, the hash value actually. I believe you remember what is a hash from the previous workshop. So this contains the hash of the first block. Okay, so it's like a link to the first block. Plus, on every block generated, a reward will generate, okay, plus new transactions, like these transactions will be written down, okay. Now the reward differ from cryptocurrency to cryptocurrency. For example, for Ethereum, each block you open, you have two Ethereum coins as a reward. Okay, so each time this person solve this puzzle, he'll gonna get 2 Ethereum. And 2 Ethereum today, I think Ethereum is $2,800. So that's equal to $5,600. Okay. For Bitcoin, it's 12.5 Bitcoins for every blockchain. And one Bitcoin now is around $38,000. So you can imagine how big the number is through mining. Okay, so this is basically mining. It simply works in this way. Block 1, finish it, solve a puzzle, go to block 2. Now, what's exactly the puzzle? Okay, so and how do we solve it actually? So the puzzle is simply, it's like this question: find a number to add to the block hash, okay, that will give a hash value starting with 42 zeros using the SHA. If you remember what is the SHA, it's a hash function, okay? So simply the puzzle is that we have to find a number that we add to this hash, okay, which will give us a alphanumeric number containing starting with 42 zeros. Okay, so it's basically have to be something like this. Go back. Okay, so let's say the hash of this function. As we said, the hash is an alphanumeric code. So for example, it's A3B1. Okay, now the puzzle says we have to add a number to this, okay, in order to get 42 zeros. So let's say, like for example, let's try number 1. Okay, it should give us another hash, okay, but starting with 42 zeros. Okay, starting with 42 zeros. Okay, now if for example number 1 didn't, now how do we solve it? We try number 1. If it didn't work, we put 2. If it didn't work, we put 3, and then 10, and then 1000, and so on till we find the right number and we solve this puzzle. Okay. Now, it's impossible to do by humans because if we were talking like you have to try number by number, and this will take forever. Okay, so it's impossible to do by humans, and this needs a lot of effort and energy. It needs electricity, power, a computer. We're gonna talk exactly on what do you need in terms of materials later in the last section of this lecture. Now, after you solve the puzzle, you send your block version, okay? So, what do I mean by you send your block version? So you solved this block, validated everything, you solved the puzzle, you got job. Now you send this version, okay, to the network. Now this is the true version. You put the hash of it, you get the reward, and now new transactions are there, okay? So if your version is true, you will get the reward because why it's true? There are many people also validating it. If you validated a block which is different than the majority, okay, it will be considered false. Okay, so let's say you have 100 people over here. Okay, if you have 100 people validating, and you said it should look like this. Okay. 51 people or 50 people have to agree with you. So you are the one and 50. So 50 plus 1 people have to agree with you in order to consider this as a true block. Okay, so basically you need 51% of the mining power, we say, in order to confirm if a block is true or not. Now, if 51% of you have 51% saying that your block is true, you will get the reward. Otherwise, it's false. You get nothing, but actually you lost power because solving this puzzle, as we said, it needs a lot of electricity and power and computer and so many things. Okay, so if you get false, you get nothing, and you lost the electricity and power cost which you paid. Okay. Now, is it possible to hack this system? Okay, so to be able to validate and publish a fake block, as we said. So if you remember, we were saying that imagine that this man here is an evil guy, okay, and he want to fake transactions for his own favor. Now that won't work. Why? Because we said that you need the 50 plus 1, okay? So basically you need 51% of the mining power in order to make a fake block, okay, which serves your advantage. Now this means that you need more than half of miners agreeing with your lie. Now, of course, no one will agree with your lie. Why? Because you are the one taking advantage. Why would you, what would they help you? And a lot of miners are paying electricity costs and fees in order to solve the puzzle to get reward. Why would they risk and help you fake a block which only serves you actually? Okay. The only way that you can fake a block is that you having the 51% of mining machines. Okay, so 51% of all miners around the world or all computer around the world work for you in order to be able to fake the block. And of course, you cannot collect all computers around the globe. Okay, so if you were able to do that, this will cost you more than the profit you will get. So it's economically nonsense. So you can hear this picture actually it's impossible to do that. Okay. Okay. Now we said earlier, let's go back where we said it. So we said here that only one person who is able to solve this puzzle will get the reward, okay, of 2 Ethereums, for example. Now, we have millions and actually billions of miners around the world, okay? So the probability that you solving it the first is very low, especially that some people have very advanced electricity, very advanced computers that are faster than yours, okay? So how people, we always hear people, friends or family having mining machines and they are always winning. So how is that? It's through doing mining pools, okay? Now, since it's a small probability, okay, for you to solve this puzzle, it's actually like 1,000 fishermen in a pond. So imagine that you have a small pond, and there is a lot of people fishing in that same pond. Okay, so no one actually will get fish. So what they did is that people started creating pools. Okay, so let's say this over here is a pool. Okay, now this pool actually, a company, for example, can create a pool And each miner, these red dots, imagine they are miners. Maybe me, you, other people. Okay, we belong to the same pool. Okay. Now this pool now actually acts as one individual. Okay, and if one of these people here uh, was able to solve the reward, this reward will be divided equally among the group members. Okay, so let's say the 2 Ethereum that we won, okay, it's gonna be divided on the number of people over here in this pool. And you have many pools. Like there exist a lot of pools. One of the most famous one is the Ethermine pool, which mines Ethereum. So if that pool wins the reward, it will be divided for all people who are connecting to that pool. Okay. And one important note here is that rewards are halved every certain period of time. Okay, so for example, I don't know if you guys know about the Pi coin. I think many of you have downloaded it before on their phones. It's a cryptocurrency called Pi, and you mine it every day. You have to click a button to start mining it. This is mining actually, but it's on a very small scale. And you can see when you open this Pi application, they put, I think, a chart. I remember because I once downloaded it. Like there is a chart, and they tell you like as more the members increase, the reward will be halved. For example, you could be making uh, 1 Pi per day, and then it's halved, so it will become 0.5 Pi per day. Okay, so for all cryptocurrencies, it's gonna be halved. And when the reward eventually it's gonna go to zero. Okay, and when it finally goes to zero, miners will start getting money only from transaction fees. Okay, from the transactions which are happening on the blockchain. So guys, if you have any questions till now, you can ask me before we continue. So any questions, you can ask by using the chat box also. Okay, so if everything is clear, I guess we can continue. But if you have any questions along the way, you can stop me and ask me for sure. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about the block time. So what is basically the block time? It's the time taken it's the total time taken to finish from block 1, solve the puzzle and go to block 2, and then finish block 2, solve the puzzle and go to block 3. Okay, so the total time taken for this process is called the block time, and this block time is always constant. Okay, however, it differs from cryptocurrency to cryptocurrency. For example, for Bitcoin to go from one block to another block, you need 10 minutes. For Ethereum, it needs 13 seconds. For Litecoin, it needs 3 seconds. Now, it depends for example, Litecoin, it's a very short time because the purpose of Litecoin is to do short or small transactions. For example, the project of Litecoin is to be able, for example, to buy everything using Litecoin. Like if you want to buy a cup of coffee while you're driving, for example, you stop to buy a cup of coffee. The transaction to pay will take only 3 seconds. Imagine it's gonna take 10 minutes. That's not efficient to wait 10 minutes. So the Litecoin, because it's made for such purposes, its block time is a lot shorter. Okay. And as miners increase, okay, the puzzle gets harder. Why? Because as miners increase, guys, they will be able to solve the puzzle faster. But the cryptocurrency community want to maintain a constant block time. So as miners increase, the puzzles gets harder in order to maintain a constant block time always. Okay, so for example, it's literally like this. We said that we want 42 zeros. It's gonna become 43 zeros, then 44, and so on, in order to maintain this block time. And I think that you always hear, as long as you wait, it becomes harder to mine. And that's true. As the longer than you that you wait, okay, you're gonna need stronger mining machines. Okay, we're gonna talk about mining machines. You're gonna need stronger mining machines in order to solve these harder puzzles, and you're gonna get smaller reward. Okay, because the reward is being divided on a lot of people. Okay, so now let's look on other blockchain security protocols. Okay, so what is a blockchain security protocol? It's basically uh, the the system which is created in order to validate these transactions. Now, the one that we saw here by mining, this is called POW, proof of work. Okay. This is called POW. Okay, it's proof of work. And this proof of work method, as you see, it's based on miners. Okay, and it needs a lot of electricity and power. And it's very known that it have negative consequences on the environment. Okay, because it needs a lot of electricity and power, and this pollutes the environment. And because of that, uh, people started creating other or alternative security protocols. Okay, the one we were talking about is the proof of work, the ordinary mining that we talked about. The next one is proof of stake. Okay, it's POS, proof of stake, and this basically reduce dramatically the number of the miners. So in POW, the number of miners are huge. It's in millions and even billions. Okay, in POS, it's just like 10 people or even less. And these validators, okay, or miners are specified depending on specific standards, okay? Because we have to, as we said, we have a problem of trust. And why now we are trusting only 10 people, while in the proof of work, we're dividing the trust so that no one can lie, okay? Because it's based on billions of people, and these billion people will not say the same lie, okay? Whereas in the POS, it's only 10 or even less people who meet the standards. Okay, now these standards, I won't go deeply into the technicalities of these standards, but anyways, if one of these validators tried to fake transactions, there is a way that he's gonna get caught and changed. Okay, and these validators not only are put by specific standard, but also by voting of people. Okay, and the POS have great advantages over the POW. Okay, so it needs less computational work. Okay, and it's more secure against attacks. So as we said, if, for example, let's go back. Okay, we said that we need 51% of mining power in order to fake a block. Now, if there is a new small coin, okay, if we here created a new coin, okay, and we started calling miners in order to mine for us. Now, at the first stage, miners can agree within each other because their number is so small, they can agree to actually make fake transactions for their advantage. Okay, so it's possible to happen for small coins. So POS is immune against such attacks. Okay. Also, it's less polluting because now you need a lot less electricity and power, and it needs less resources. Again, less power, less computers, less mining machines. Okay. Okay, now we finished. Basically, it's very simple on how mining works and how it's important for cryptocurrencies. It's just basically the base of the security systems of cryptocurrencies. So, any questions on this part before going deeper into the mining business? Okay, great. It's all clear. It's great. Okay, so let's see what do we need to do mining. So to do mining, we need something called GPU, okay, or VGAs. They are more known of VGAs because they are present in our computer. We're gonna talk deeply about this in a couple of minutes. And you need the mining rig. Now the mining rig includes simply the aluminum frame, a motherboard, a power supply, minor stuff like cables, razors, and other stuff. And it needs cooling system, depends on GPU quantity. Now, if you have only like 10, you don't need a cooling system. But if you have a lot, like some people have warehouses full of GPUs, you need a lot of you need cooling system because they generate a lot of heat, and GPUs will actually won't work with heat. Okay. So, and you need also an online UPS. An online UPS is basically a normal UPS, but why we call it online UPS? Because when the electricity in Lebanon, of course, go off and then go on, the GPUs automatically will turn on again. If you have only an ordinary UPS, you will have to go and turn them on manually. Okay. And you need batteries, of course, because in Lebanon, we don't have 24/7 electricity, so you need some batteries. So let's see more about that. Okay, so GPUs, the VGAs, they are graphic processing units or video graphic array. Okay. They are basically computer parts that are present in every computer. Okay, and these are the core of mining. So these are the ones which solves that cryptographic puzzle. Okay, and there is a lot of kinds of GPUs. They differ in price, hash rate. We're gonna talk about the hash rate, the power consumption, size, manufacturer, profit, lifetime, and payback period. Okay, so there is a lot of kinds of GPUs. We're gonna see them now. Okay, so for example, here are the trivial two that are mostly known in Lebanon. So basically, you have two companies, the NVIDIA and the AMD. And this is the NVIDIA GeForce 3070 RTX. Okay, this is the GPU. It looks something like this. Okay, and this is the AMD RX 6800 XT. It's also it's basically the same. Okay, now these have equal power. I think they are equal in price also. Okay, let me here stop sharing and let's go and see some real GPUs. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna share again. Okay, I believe you can see my screen now. This website is called What to Mine. Okay, so if you put want to mine /GPUs, you're gonna enter to this page, which show you different GPUs. Here we can see the model, for example, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090, 3080, 3070 down here. Okay, so there is a lot, as you see, there is a lot of variation of these GPUs, okay, and each differ in price and as you see in profit. The power cost here is 0. Okay, okay, the power here cost is 0 because in Lebanon it differs. So let's put it 0 for now. It's $0 per kilowatt. Okay, if you know how much it costs, يعني هون it's هون على كهرباء الدولة basically I don't really know, but على الاشتراك تقريبا it's like $0.50 or something. Okay. طيب. For example, here and you can see here the profit. Okay, so this will make you $4. The NVIDIA RTX 3090 will give you $4 per day. This one will give you 3070. For example, my friend have the 3070 $2. He have also the 3060 Ti LHR $1.81. Okay, and you can see here the mega hash. Okay, so I'm gonna explain what is the mega hash in a minute. So this is the hash rate. It's 114 mega hash per second. So we're gonna talk what is that. Okay, and Okay, you can search more about this to understand their like their names. The 3080 you can deduce that the 3090 is stronger than the 3080. The GeForce RTX and the Radeon, it's just its name. Okay, now the LHR thing means it's a limited hash rate. Okay, so here you see it's 71, but it's more than 71. But the NVIDIA company it's not producing anymore the FHR, which is the full hash rate. It's producing the limited hash rate. Okay, because it's cheaper for miners. Okay, the full hash rate it's more used for gaming. You can find also the full hash rates, but they are now very rare in the market. Okay, so the limited hash rate, it's actually limited, and sometimes they remove the limit. Okay, so I remember once my friend had this one, like the 3060 LHR. It's 2.85 kilo hash per second. They removed the LHR from it. It became 55 mega hash per second. So which is it's a very major difference. Okay. So this is it. The other complicated names, it's just its name. Okay. Now let me explain for you what is basically the hash rate. Okay, so this, for example, let's take this example. It's 114 mega hash per second. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so what does that basically mean? Okay, so here I wrote down the website. I'm gonna be sharing with you this PowerPoint. So it's whattomine.com. Okay, so we said that our GPU have 114 mega hash per second. Okay, what does that mean? Each time, guys, we said that in order to solve the puzzle, you have to try number by number. Now, each number you try, okay, it's one hash, okay? So each time you try a number, one or two or three, it's actually you are trying one hash, okay? Now, this over here, it does 114 mega hashes. Now, mega, it's times 10 to the power 4. So it's actually trying that much. So it's trying that much numbers per second, okay, which is huge. Now, a human brain, I think, can only do one hash per second, okay, even less. But this, for example, the 3090 is the best in market now. It does 114,000 hashes per second. So it tries numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. 114,000. Okay, so it's very huge. Okay, now this is the mining rig. Okay, now any questions about the GPUs before we continue? So this basically it works in this way. Okay, it just tries a lot of numbers and which solve the puzzles, he get a reward. Okay, we're gonna go deeper into their prices after a while. Okay, so this is the mining rig. This is the aluminum frame that I told you about, the motherboard down here, the power supply, and these are the GPUs. And the GPUs are connected to razors over here, and you have cables connecting the power, the motherboard, power supply, the CPU inside to the GPUs. Okay, and some rigs will have fans in order to cool. It's like a cooling system. But actually, if you have such number, it's not actually needed. Okay, and these fans they are not expensive, but you can you can not buy them at the first stage when you have a small number. Okay, so again, this is another rig. This is the AMD, for example, 6800 XT. Again, power supply, motherboard, razors down here, they are not visible. Okay, so this is about the mining rig. It's just now, how do you do mining? As you see here on the power supply, there is an on-off. You just click the on and you forget about it. Okay, this thing will generate money for you. Okay, so here, for example, this person have 3, 6. he has 6 GPUs. Let's say each GPU gives him $2 per day. So this one he is doing $12 per day. Okay. Okay, so let's see about the cost. Okay, so the mining rig, which have a capacity for 6 GPUs, as you see, this only have 6. If you have a larger one, it may hold more. The larger, the cheaper, basically. Okay. No, it's not cheaper. The expensive, sorry. The more expensive. So the mining rig, the typical one, which holds 6 GPUs, it's around $650, but this is including the power supply, the motherboard, the cables, the razors, and the fans. So all of these, and the aluminum, the frame, all of these are in $650. The online UPS and batteries will cost you around $600. If you bought a normal UPS, this will go down for $400. But you should always remember when the electricity go off and then on to turn on this thing manually. Okay, so you have to click again over here in order to turn them on. While if you have an online UPS, automatically it's gonna turn on again. So no need to think about it. And GPUs, okay, for example, the RTX 3070, it costs $1,400 now, okay? So $1,400 times 2, it's $2,800. The total cost will be around $4,050 to start with 2 GPUs. You can start by one, okay? And the revenue now, the RTX 3070 will give you actually $4 per day. So you have it's 2 times 40 per month times 30, so it's $240 per month. And the payback period over here will be 17 months. Now, I know this number is very huge. These numbers are based on today's calculation, okay? And you basically know nowadays the price of cryptocurrencies and Ethereum is very low today. And we are still in a crash actually. In normal days, okay, it's 2 times 8. Okay, in normal days, it's 2 times 8 times 30, which is the double of this. So it's around $480. So the payback period will be around 10 months. And this is the trivial one. The payback period of the 3070 is around 10 months. Okay, and it's the shortest one. So if you go to what to mine and you calculate the payback period of all GPUs, you're gonna get the shortest one. It's for RTX 3070. Let us go back one more time, the final time. I just want to show you something. Now, this number that you see over here, it's actually because we have a crash. Now we are seeing the worst numbers possible. Okay, usually this is $18. Now it's 4. Now this RTX 3090, it gives you $18 per month, but that's not good. Why? Because one RTX 3090 costs $4,200. Okay, so it's very expensive. So if you compare the 3070, which in normal days it's give you around $4 to $5, but it costs only $1,400, you're gonna get that this one have a payback period much less than this one. Okay. So do not buy GPUs based on the higher profit. You should calculate the payback period. Okay, I already calculated it. You can calculate it again. I calculated for all of these. This is the 3070 and the 3060 LHR are the shortest ones. Okay, can you send us the specs sheet of the rig? For sure, yeah. If you want, my friend have a shop where he do mining for people. So if you want the GPUs, you can text him. He also do rigs, find you online UPS and batteries. So I can ask him to send me a sheet with the total cost of everything, يعني quota basically, and I send you it. يعني خلص على قد بيكونوا the prices of everything. Okay. I will do that. Remind me if I forget. I think you all here have my number, and I'm in the group of investment club. So I'm gonna supply you with the quota of the GPUs. You're welcome anytime. Okay, so normally I don't have it. I'm gonna send it on the chat. 1 second. This is my number, guys. If you want, text me anytime. If you have a question about anything, I can send you also the number. When you text me privately, I can send you the number of my friend who have a mining shop. This is my number. Okay. About the payback period here, it's the trivial one is 10 months. Okay, so in 10 months you're gonna get the money that you paid, and these GPUs will continue on giving income monthly for infinity. Okay, and their lifetime is around 7 to 10 years. Okay, because mining isn't like gaming. Okay, gaming demand more of a GPU, so a GPU will be not usable in a shorter period of time for gaming. Okay, for mining it will go for 7 to 10 years perfectly. Okay. Uh, so a payback period of 10 months, meaning that you're gonna get a return on your investment of a total return. You're gonna break even in 10 months. Okay. Sorry. Normal investors or trivial investors, let's say, who invest in the SP 500, which is very safe, they expect a return of 8 to 10% per year. Okay, so يعني ب10 سنين in 10 years to be able to get his money back. أما بالmining it's only 10 months, so it's a very good investment for me. Okay, for an investor this is very good. Okay, return 100% return in less than a year. This is perfect. Okay, and let me actually tell you something. Let me stop sharing again. But give me 1 second, guys. I have to show you something which is very important. And a lot of people in these days when the market is down, they prefer not to mine. But it's actually you should mine. You should start mining in these days. Let me tell you why. 1 second. I'm gonna tell you a story which happened with my friend, and it was something uh, very cool. Okay, let me share the screen again. Okay, you can see my screen. Okay, my friend started mining. Sorry, guys. My friend started mining in June. Okay, and mining Ethereum. We can see here Ethereum. So he bought the GPUs and everything in May while the prices are going up. He was very happy because the number of profit was very high. He's gonna make $12 per day only using one RTX 3070 اللي هي قلت لكم أنا in normal days it gives you 4 to 5. هون he was starting to make 12 بس هون كان بعدهم the GPUs didn't arrive yet. When did he start actually mining? He started actually mining after this big crash, and he was so depressed. Sorry, guys. He was so depressed about it because هون he was making $12 على أساس he did his calculations based on $12 per day. Now the actual is $4 per day مثل today يعني. So he was very depressed. But what was happening is that basically he is mining Ethereum. Okay, so when you mine Ethereum انت ما بيطلع لك $1، بيطلع لك Ethereum. Now this Ethereum you can sell it directly and take dollars, or you can keep it with you hoping that it will go up and you make money on it. So what he did is that he was keeping it with him. Okay, so he was mining Ethereum and he was keeping them. Then the Ethereum went up to again to 4,000 and even higher than before. So it's as if he was making $12 per day again. Okay. And the payback period here was around 17 months, as you saw, but it actually returned the money in 2 months. Okay, so the payback period was 2 months. It was super hectic. And he started with two GPUs, and after 2 months, he have now 6. Okay, so that was very hectic. So now we are again in a very low place. So don't say you don't want to mine because on what tomorrow are seeing troublesome numbers. No, it's the right time actually. Okay, let's go back.
I wanna say something. Actually, that's what happened with my brothers. They bought it
Uh-huh.
and
Cool.
they expected to get high profits, to gain more. And then
Mm-hmm.
in Lebanon, we didn't have electricity
Yeah,
suddenly, so
yeah,
it didn't work. And now it's working now, but we put a solar system and
yeah.
UPS
But
and
the solar system, is it working?
no, it's
Uh-huh,
rainy, no
yeah.
sun.
Even if it's sunny, it won't work. Let me tell you why. Sorry. uh, the solar system, they work in cases where you have like things at home which are not turned on 24/7. Okay, now even the refrigerator, it turns off automatically sometime when it reaches a certain temperature. For GPUs, they need to stay working 24/7. So for solar system, even if you are living in a desert, it won't work. Okay, now how it would work, you need UPS, and batteries will actually make it work till a certain extent. And if you have 12 hours a day, for example, of electricity, you can charge those batteries to work for 6 hours. Okay, and you may be functioning on 18 hours a day. Uh, my friend and my other friend who actually have the mining shop, what he have is a lithium battery and an inverter and some things which really keeps his GPUs working 24/7. And I'm sure like all his clients, they are having no trouble in electricity. Okay, so he have good solutions for electricity basically. So yeah, electricity in Lebanon may be something painful for GPUs, but for example, in Canada, you can't do mining in Canada because the electricity cost there is very high. In Lebanon, electricity cost is the cheapest among يعني it's among the cheapest countries in the electricity cost. يعني believe it. You can do mining here and it's very profitable. Let me see the chat. Someone's uh, it's not about the panels, it's about the battery. Come on, yeah, exactly. The larger the batteries, the more energy. You have also batteries which are lithium batteries or something like that. I hear that they work perfect. Okay, but yeah, the lithium ones are expensive, and you're gonna get a higher payback period time. But still, يعني, I've never seen يعني, I'm very close to my friend, and I always see his clients, and I sometimes calculate the payback period, and it's not that huge. يعني. The maximum that I saw, it's 2 years, which is 24 months. This is the maximum that I saw, and it's still for an investment. This is a perfect number. As I told you, normal investors wait 10 years to get their money back. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is it. Anything else? Okay. So before we finish, I want you guys to remember that we are here to learn how to make money through trading and investing. Okay. And we're not only here to learn the theories or how things work only. Okay. But the first two lectures, this one and the previous one, were essential because we want to know how the cryptocurrencies work. If we don't know how do they work, we cannot invest and trade them, because investing and trading anything, you need to be knowledgeable of that thing that you are trading or investing in it in order to know if this coin is bad to buy, to invest in it, or is it good. So you have to understand the blockchain technology, and I believe now you do. It's not like rocket science. Uh, like I didn't go deeper into things. I can go deeper into the technicalities and the programming of the blockchain technology, but I won't do that, okay? Because that's not our aim. Our aim is only to know, as investors, we want only to know uh, the necessary information that will make us trade and invest. Why do I know more deeper? It's because I'm working on another project It's not related to trading and investing. I'm actually creating a blockchain. So that's why I know a lot of deep information, but no need for you to know deep information. Okay. Now, in the upcoming workshops, 203, 204, 205, we'll learn strategies to trade and invest and make money from cryptocurrencies because we are here to make money. But before, I need you to watch the INV 106 crypto fundamental analysis because it's essential for you to start to watch and understand what I'm saying in INV 203. It's basically this says how to know if this coin is bad or good. Okay, it's called fundamental analysis, which meaning that you analyze a financial security if it's a good to buy or if it's bad to buy through reading more about the project, its team, its community, its security, and all of this. So in this workshop, I give you a framework, okay, which you could use in order to make fundamental analysis of any coin. And this will be essential to you to understand 203, 204, 205. Okay, because in 203, I'm gonna start explaining strategies to trade or invest. Now you're gonna ask me, why did you choose this coin to invest in? I'm gonna tell you if you watched INV 106, you would have known. Okay. And don't forget, if you are interested, a year from now, exactly a year from now, I gave 5 workshops related to the basics of the market. Okay, orders. So basically, this is the basics of trading. Okay, so if you want to become a trader or investor, these are the basics which you will need, 101 to 105. Okay, you're gonna understand everything about how to read the charts, technical analysis, why prices move up and down, why in the war, for example, the oil price went up, the stocks went down. You're gonna understand that in orders and prices, the basics of the market, which are essential for you to know. Risk and money management and trading psychology. If you watch this, you're gonna never ignore these anymore. And trading strategies, you're gonna learn that without a strategy, you will never make money in the market. You need a strategy. Okay. And in 105 and 107, I teach you some strategies. Okay. 106, it's cryptocurrency fundamental analysis. So you have to watch it. Okay. And this is these are present on our YouTube channel. Someone sent in the chat something he needs. Yeah, let me send it. Yeah, right away. 1 minute. Okay, so now it's in the chat box. Okay, guys, this is all. Any questions? Of course, do not forget to register for you to get the certificate after you finish all of the workshops. So the floor now is open for questions. If you have any question, you can ask me. Hello, you're welcome anytime. Thanks to you. Okay, guys, if no more question, I'm gonna see you not the next Friday, the one after. I think it will be March 20 what? Celine, March 20 what it will be? March 25, yeah. March 25, guys. See you on March 25.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.